What's up? What's your
What's
name?
the deal? I'm Isaiah, aka The Prophet, aka Secret Society, aka Underrated. The reason why I call myself underrated, because some of the things I talk about, some people just don't get it. They seem to not pay attention to it, but as long as I get my message across, I feel like I've done my job.
How do you feel after performing?
Well, how I feel after performing, I feel relieved. The poetry piece I spit today was called HIV. It's basically about individuals that put themselves at risk for HIV. It's the reason why some people are depressed. It's the reason why some people are stressed. It's the reason why some people smoke or drink. That's the same thing with HIV. So before we stereotype, we need to realize individuals, they go through things, and that's the reason why they put themselves at risk. So with the poetry piece, HIV, I was just saying the story behind individuals putting themselves at risk. So I feel relieved, I did my thing, I used energy because it's personal to me. I myself was affected by HIV. My mother had it, my father had it, they still have it. My father died from it. My mother, she's still living by God's graces. So it was a very personal poem for me.
Nowadays I hear people say they write just to write, man. I don't get that. So like, what's your reason?
Well, the reason why I write because of inspiration. I can take somebody else's life and put it in my life and have their same emotions. So that's what makes me unique. So I don't just write to just write. I just don't write for fun. So anybody that's writing for fun, just realize that you have to be unique with what you do. Just like what I do. I take somebody else's life and I put it in mine. So just be creative with it. You know, you're not just reading, you're performing it. You live in it, you breathe in it. And that's what I try to do. I try to get out of myself and put myself in somebody else's shoes. So
nowadays I hear a lot of artists saying that, you know, they're original. You know, what makes you original, you know?
Well, I wouldn't use the word original. When I say what makes myself unique is because I do things from my heart. And I know everybody says that, but I really do it from my heart. You know, even if I have to block out everyone else. Sometimes it's not that you're shutting everybody else off, but sometimes in order for you to come out with your true talent, for you to come out with your true concepts, you have to listen to yourself and be inspired by yourself. It's cool to listen to other individuals and say that's sweet and that's cold and that's nice, but at the same time, don't get so caught up in it to where you're trying to do what they do. Do what you do. You know, and that's what I do. I do what I do, and if I don't do it like I think I'm supposed to have did it, then I make sure I try to do it better the next time. I don't get down on myself and say, well, next time I'm gonna do it like him or I'm gonna do it like her. I just try to do it better the next time. You know, so that's what makes me unique. I use the word unique.
I have one more question. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, where I get my inspiration from, first of all, a lot of people say artists, a lot of people may say celebrities, but I get my inspiration from my classmates, like K.O., Flo King, Amir, a lot of individuals, you know, my students, you know, where I go. So that's my inspiration. They inspire me to write better, to perform better. Just because they don't have a record deal or they may not be all over the world, that don't mean that they can't be my inspiration. You know, you don't have to be mainstream to be someone's inspiration. And the last thing I want to say to any artist that want to get into poetry or anything they want to get into, you have to be unique and take it to the next level. Just like I said before, you can't live your life thinking that you can do your talents through someone else. Do what you do. Just make sure that you're taking it to the next level and make sure that you can do it better. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting better. Don't mean that you're bad at what you do. It just means you want to take it to a higher level. So you have to be unique and do you. Don't try to do what everybody else do. You know, so those are my last words.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, at the music hall, baby.